Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. So Ethereum is holding well. Yesterday it briefly looked like we could be rolling over. This could still be the case. We're going to zoom in, but at the moment it's actually still pushing. It's holding support, which is good. Still on track to delivering here a fifth wave, I think, of 5 of 1. What I did say before, and this is basically impossible to know beforehand, and it depends on the interpretation of this chart and how this wave count is done from the CPI low, I call it, from the 13th of October to the current high. You can add another 1-2 setup in there, and that basically allows you to add another wave 4 and another wave 5 as iteration. I try to mention that in every video so that you're not caught out. Should something like this happen, basically, yeah, wave 5 up here, done. We come down. It's not a wave 2, but it's actually another wave 4. And then we push up in another wave 5 to whatever, as long as it wants to go, yeah? So this is possible because there are a couple of ways how this can be interpreted. And also this wave up was not really a convincing one. So instead of counting this as a wave 5 of 3, as I have done it, second. So, you know, I did count this as a wave 5 of 3, yeah, this last leg up, but it's short. So it could very well have been just the B wave of this wave 4, yeah, which means we're currently in this wave 5, and this wave 4 will happen later. So we just need to have that on the radar, and this is something that just can carry on, right? I mean, these altcoins, they can stretch and stretch when they, I mean, it's Ethereum. Some people might call it an altcoin, some people not, but I think it's an altcoin. It doesn't matter really. But they can, when they are bullish, they keep going. You know, they can keep going. And it is really good to see that because it is fulfilling currently the overall expectation of higher prices here. It's always a little bit unclear how you get there, but let's be honest here. The last 3 reversal areas I did define, they worked out very nicely. Also down here we had an entry point. I took partial profits now twice on this way up, once at I think 1550, once at 1620, but those were my smaller positions. My actual core positions are still running, yeah. And strategic wise, and I always try to bring a bit of, you know, strategy into this, but we talked about it before that those were my largest positions down here. They are basically the positions around which I want to build other positions. So I bought here on the way down, I think 1330 was one. So those are the smaller positions, you know, that I build around it. And also when we do another dip, maybe I buy another smaller position, right? But that's sort of trading around it, short-term trading around those larger core positions. And I always try to position my core positions as low as possible to a stop loss, and as low as possible in support as possible. And then even if we come down and if I lose one of these sort of short-term, let's call it short-term swing trade positions, yeah, as long as the short positions are still open, they give me so much flexibility because they are massively in profit now. And strategic-wise, I think it's wise to have, especially in the current market. I mean, I don't know if you have it and you don't need to follow this, but I think it's wise to have for your certain altcoins that are reliable, some core positions that, you know, you sort of have a longer term setup, maybe for the larger waves and maybe even for hodling, and then you can use smaller positions to trade around it. That's at least how I do it, and that just gets rid of all the FOMO. Yeah, it gets rid of all the FOMO. So if anybody's struggling with FOMO, I know a lot of people do. And this is gold, right? This is helping you with all of it. Because if it suddenly starts to go to 2,000 and 2,500 and beyond, which I think it will at some point, a lot of people will ask me still, you know, when is the right place to enter? Whereas again, the place to enter was here, yeah, and ideally in another wave 2 when we come in. That's sort of how I see it. Of course, all of these here were entry points, yeah. So, but they are sort of more the short-term entry ones. These here are, so this was the largest support area, okay? And I talked a while ago, I think it was a Sunday in a live stream, and I talked about in the Ethereum videos as well, that when this keeps, I think we were down here somewhere, I can't remember, I think we were down here somewhere, It might have been that live stream on the 23rd of October where we talked about FOMO and the FOMO wave. And I'm not talking about FOMO at the moment because this is not yet what I mean. But as soon as this keeps going and breaks through 2000 and everything, and all the people who were getting super disappointed about ETH not going to 5 grand and beyond after the merge directly, these people are going to jump in. They are going to feel the FOMO. Yeah, they're going to regret that they sold when the price didn't go to the moon, and they will then jump in. And that is exactly what is driving those third waves. Yeah. So this was accumulation phase down here. This was the time to build positions. 4 weeks we had time, of 5 weeks. And this should allow everybody who built this position down here to sort of not feel the FOMO, okay? It's always important to think about strategy. Yeah, not only about taking profit, but only about strategy and what happens if, because if we are now in a third wave, which I think we are, this can take us again to $3,000. So yesterday I gave some short-term signals. I said, you know, this last wave could take us to 1740 to maybe even 1800, which is that important resistance level here on the left-hand side. And someone asked, what about the $3,000 that I mentioned a while ago? Well, that's obviously still active, but it will take a bit longer to get there. Yeah, the $3,000 are the target for this third wave. So, yeah, no, it's currently working out. Let us just go into the lower time frame and take a look here at Ethereum. And at the moment, I would still like to see this fifth wave happening. I said in the beginning, it could be we're rolling over at some point, and that's due to the little bit messy chart here. But as long as we're holding in the very short term the $1,600, it's all fine, because if I count the subwaves here, I would see this as a fourth wave at the moment still. So we could still be in the fourth wave, yeah, this yellow one, no problem. So it is the fourth wave of that fifth wave of the first wave. This fourth wave must hold the $1,600 level. That's the 50% fib retracement. If we go below that, then we're looking again at 1460 and maybe lower, but I did talk about that yesterday in the video as well, and it will take a while to get there anyway, so I'll make another video before that anyway. But the point here is that the $1,600 level is the key. Below that level, it's not likely anymore that this is a wave 4. Yeah, so if you get a wick below it, not a problem, as soon as you recover quickly. But yeah, so this is still support like 1600, right? The point is, yes, this could have been wave 4, but the move up wasn't really convincing. I already talked yesterday about, was this a local top? Yeah, it's possible. No evidence for that yet, but what could happen is, yeah, indeed we topped and maybe the wave count needs to be revised then, but maybe we did have a top here because of the impulsive move up. It was quite impulsive, and that we're starting a 5-wave move down. That's possible, but we will only know that as soon as we break below 1600, right? Yeah, 1600, that level is important. It could also be, so don't panic when we come down, it could also be that this here is just in the wave 4, an A, here a B wave, and we come down once more in C, while holding the $1,600 level, and then we'll start moving in that fifth wave. So be ready for that, ABC. But on the flip side, I think if we now break, no, I didn't want to delete this. On the flip side, if we now break above this 1665 level, I think then we could see the rally in the fifth wave. Again, ideal target around 1740, 1725 to 1740. And then we will have to see if this is the top in wave 1 or if there will be another move down in wave 4 and another wave 5 to the upside, which is why I'm very careful in profit taking with my core positions at the moment. But of course, as I said, all these smaller positions here, they are the ideas and levels where I see the price to reverse. This one was quite large, yes, it needed some space. But then yesterday I also formulated here this smaller area, which also was used to find support and to push to the upside. So again, all of these areas are generally areas where, you know, long positions could be entered. If you want to, that's up to you. I don't give financial advice. This is really only why I think, to the best of my abilities, the price will reverse. And yeah, this is all according to plan at the moment, right? Of course, in the short term, we could come down and then go up. This is what we don't know. At the moment, it looks like we might be rolling here. Yeah, but then we need to lose, first of all, the 1635 support, mini support here. Yeah, and then I think we can come down to 1611. If we lose that level, we need to hold the 1600. Otherwise, we'll probably have a more significant top in place here. But yeah, that's my update about Ethereum. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.